I did find a video that was online with just regular people going.
I saw these two women who were, black women. They were like, they're going. They recorded their trip to Ghana, and it's a bold move. Because to go to a country that's not really set up for tourism, it's bold. I did tell you going to Nigeria. Lagos is set up for tourism now.
It is.
Outside of Lagos, maybe Abuja. In Nigeria, I'm not really sure there are too many places.
I'm excited about it.
So Lagos is, when I mean set up, I mean they're used to having tourists. It's not a foreign thing anymore. Yes. So
what kind of excursions can I book?
Well, tourism is not always about sightseeing and
sometimes it's about
just about experiences. Sometimes the food, the restaurants, there's experiences. It's part of the clubs, the shrine. Sometimes experience, but the problem is that are you now catered where you go out and you're out in Lagos to 2 a.m. Do you feel safe on the island? Most likely you will feel safe, but outside of that, are hotels ready to hold foreigners in and not see them as targets?
At hotels in Lagos?
I didn't need any, but I tell you that the hotel, I don't know if they were, but I tell you that the hotels are more prepared for foreigners now than they used to be years ago. You still got to be careful, but years ago you come as a foreigner, you're almost a target. They're not going to be
foreigners anymore though. Because now they're gonna be your neighbors.
But years ago, you come as you're a target basically if you're from part of outside the country. Now it's a little more. Yes, you might still be a little. People might want to take advantage of you, but it's. I still feel like being used to it is a step in the right direction. Mm-hmm. It's because then you're able to say, okay, fine, this is not somebody I should be targeting. This is somebody that I'm prepared to help, enjoy the experience here. Yes, you might want to buck from them or whatever because of poverty and everything. But anyways, Nigeria does see money coming in every Christmas, especially Lagos. And it's wise for them to try and have something. But problem is the people in charge, are they ready to put in the funds and the time? And do they see it as a viable option for the country? Right now, I don't think they do. But I think social media helped Cardi B going to Nigeria and every snap shouting. The way I was in Marrakesh, now shouting niggas in Marrakesh, she was shouting fucking Nigeria everywhere she went to, and things like that.
Even Lil Wayne
Wayne saying, "Hey, I would like to go to Nigeria. I've never been." And it's funny because when the clip of Lil Wayne came out, when they asked him where would you like to go in the world, he said Nigeria and Egypt. I don't think 10 years ago Lil Wayne would ever say it anywhere in Africa. He would have said some island somewhere. But he says Nigeria and Egypt, and he goes, "I heard this lit out there in Nigeria." And the presenter says, "I heard so too."
I feel like
Lil Wayne wants to go there and turn up. Cardi B went there for a show, but she made sure she turned the fuck up, and she loved it. She's been joking about being Nigerian with this whole World War III thing. So that's her vibe. But they see these things and they love it. And like I said, Lagos has the strip clubs now. These things are like becoming the norm in their life.
Well, here's how I see it. If I can go online and book a vacation somewhere on my own, without knowing someone that is native to that place that I'm going to, then it's not a country that's set up for tourists. If I can go and book it myself, if I want to go anywhere, even, let's say Mexico, that might not be so safe, right? I can go online. I can book a stay at a resort. I can book all my activities. I know where I'm going to eat. I know everything that I'm going to do. I have transportation set up, everything. But I can't book a trip to Nigeria as a stranger or an American and say, okay, I just booked my driver for the entire stay. Yes, I can book a hotel.
You could Uber now.
Expedia. You can Uber, but let's say Uber is not the safest option for you, right?
But it is.
I can't go online and book and be comfortable booking excursions. I don't even know if there's excursions online in Nigeria.
But that's the activities you want to do, though. So you can't knock that down to say Nigeria doesn't have. Okay, Ghana. Let's talk about year of return to Ghana.
I wouldn't know.
Is Ghana a tourist? Would you say Ghana is a tourist? Was a tourist location?
I think it's way more.
I think
why? Because Ghana is a slave coast, so that's the only activity they have which Nigeria does have in Badagry.
We have
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So no, what else? What else in Ghana?
My thing is that I can't easily find.
What else does Ghana have that Nigeria doesn't have? What else does Ghana have that Nigeria doesn't have? And we talk. I talk about going to Turkey. Yes, I never been there. Yes, I booked a hotel online. I booked the flight online. The same way I did in Lagos. I booked my hotel online. I booked the flight online. I got to the airport. Yes, granted, I used.
But you know people in Lagos. You're more familiar. So.
But I knew nobody in Turkey. But I did the same thing. I did the same thing. I landed in there. Yes, the hotel. I booked. I was going to get an Uber, but the hotel told me, hey, they have a shuttle service. No hotels have it, but they were like, they have a shuttle service if I wanted to for an extra cost. And I said, all right, you know what? It saves me having to find Uber. But even every time I was leaving, I was taking a taxi to wherever I was going. And the taxi was booked through Uber. And Uber would tell you in there, make sure you look at the plate number, make sure, because they don't have Uber. So Uber links to their taxis.
Yeah.
And Uber would tell you, get in here, do this, do that, do that. And even then, they would tell you, don't go to some places. This is like me reading online on my own because I went online to find the same way in Nigeria. Yeah, but you get in Nigeria, you can get an Uber.
I'll be curious
just in general,
Danny, give Danny an experiment to try to book 2 vacations, one to Ghana and one to Nigeria, and give us your feedback.
Yeah, but I also when I travel most of the time, I don't always know everywhere that I'm going anyways. You have to talk to the locals and get that, and those are the type of places that I think that you would need to do that. But because it's not there yet. It's not progressive enough there yet. But you need to start having the tourists come so that they can start building those type of foundations for people to do that, if that's what you're into. Because a lot of people, they just go off on these excursions.
You're right.
And that's how they have fun, and that's how they learn about the country that you're in. But ultimately, I do want to say, just overall for this this project, I think it's just good that it kind of excites Black Americans into putting Africa back as a place that you can actually go visit anywhere. It doesn't have to necessarily be Ghana, but just put it on your list of travel spots. Yeah. Because I don't think that it's completely there yet.
But I'll be curious to see that, though. I'll be curious to see how easy it is for a non-Nigerian that has no ties to Nigeria to go and book a vacation in Nigeria.
I think it'd be as easy as doing it to Ghana. I think the only difference in Ghana is that Ghana, the year of the return focused on everybody who's gone to Ghana in the last 2 years has done one common activity, go to the slave coast to see where slaves were shipped out. So they and I don't know where in Ghana that is, but they understood that is a good tourist attraction, and they've focused on that. If you want to go see that, you can go see that. We have waterfalls.
That's the main thing.
We have the problem in Nigeria is they haven't identified something like that. And then you look at something like waterfalls, like the Ikogosi waterfalls that they have, where the water, there's a place in Nigeria where the water is, one side of the water is hot, the other side is cold, and stuff like that. But you go to those kind of places, even as a Nigerian self, sometimes when they see you dressed like this, you're standing out. They're not used to seeing even us going there. So it's hard for her to then go to places like that. Yeah,
which is what Onyede is saying, that we're not there yet.
So, but I say Lagos, because Lagos is the only place that is there for. But unfortunately, Lagos doesn't have natural tourist attraction-y places like that.
Lagos, I don't think you need that, because that's not what people are looking for necessarily. You don't know what people are looking for their excursion, for their trip,
you don't know exactly. So if you want to
exploration, and it's not just the slave dungeons. Like I've had friends visit and they did a ton of different activities.
If you want to,
like there was even a place where they went to go see how shea butter is made.
If you want to, but shea butter is not made in Nigeria.
Yeah, when you get on Airbnb,
so they don't make any type of like.
Nigeria is a consuming nation.
So there's nothing in Nigeria that would make.
That's why I'm saying that they want to start working on this thing. Ghana was able to get early on this thing, and that's why they want to start working on it. And I believe Nigeria wants to work on it just because of money. They've seen a lot of money come in, and like I said, Lagos sees a lot of money, a whole lot of money. But I'm from Ibadan. I was in Ibadan too, but I felt safer in Lagos at night. I felt because they had a nightlife. I like that. So I was cool going out to the club. I was cool taking an Uber. I was cool doing everything. As long as I was on the island, I was cool doing all that because.
Yeah, but you're a guy too. I don't think
yes, I'm a guy too. Yes,
can confidently
say. But Uber is not so safe anymore.
I'm a guy too. So there's
not safe anyway.
There's yes, you're right. I'm a guy. So
because now I'm looking at Airbnb because I love Airbnb. So
there's a lot
looking
of Airbnbs
at for
in
Ghana,
Lagos.
and there's a ton. And they don't have a lot of activities here, but you'll find something. You'll find something to do. But it would be very simple. It looks like to book a vacation.
I think booking is not the problem. I think just the outside of the regular having things to do.
You'll
like
find something to do.
We went on an excursion.
I'm just different.
There's this
so
place, sorry to cut you off.
No.
There's this place in Lagos. It's like the Lagos
Lekki Conventional Center.
That,
Yes, they built that. That's man-made, but they built that for people to, and people go there a lot now. It's this Lekki Conservative Center, whatever. They built that now. The one thing they've always had is nightlife. Now it's time to get activities outside of nightlife.
Yeah, we need to expand.
That's where we need to expand in tourism. Is the nightlife in Lagos? It's amazing.
But you can still do the traditional things. It looks like, which is go to the beach.
Yes,
you can still go hiking.
The beaches. Yeah,
you
go
can still
to
explore.
If you want to
they may
really
not have
experience.
zip lining. Okay, it may not be as fancy as that yet, but they have a shopping district. I see.
They got stuff.
A lot.
And this is all in Nigeria?
This is Ghana. I'm looking at Ghana. And these are things that I know about Ghana, so I know that there's a ton to do.
Yeah.
But